Hi, welcome to TechTuber. So this video is in continuation with the previous video. In previous video, I taught you about how asynchronous JavaScript works behind the scenes. That was a theory part. So in this video, we will see how event loop works in practice. Okay, so remember, there I told you that the timeout function doesn't guarantee us that the callback in that timeout function will run exactly after the time period. It will just guarantee us that it will take the minimum amount of time. And why is that? This is because, for example, if some tasks are already there in callback queue, then the callback of the timeout will execute after that, or it will just execute as soon as its turn comes in the callback queue. And if promises are there, then the micro task queue is involved, and the event loop picks micro task queue callbacks from the micro task queue first, and then after it will pick the task from the callback queue. So let's start that example. Okay, so firstly I will mark the starting and the ending. Here, if you haven't watched that video, then just watch that video. I will post the link in the description. And here we will mark the end. Okay, so now our timeout function, set timeout, we will pass the callback here, console.log. If you don't know about callbacks and promises, don't worry, I will post all the videos. So firstly I will post all the videos related to asynchronous JavaScript, and then we'll cover the whole course. Okay, so let's start with timer after 5 seconds and give it 5 here. And now we will see it in action. Look at that. I guess I have passed the milliseconds. Here I have to say 5000. Now we will refresh it again. And then here you can see start, end, and after 5 seconds it will print timer after 5 seconds. Okay, so just for the sake of this video, reduce this time to 2 seconds so that you can actually see the difference. Okay, so it will take 2 seconds and that just print. Okay, fine. Okay, so for promises there is micro task queue. Okay, and the event loop gives priority to the micro task queue first. So first I will write promise.resolve. This will create a promise and immediately resolve it. If you don't know about promises, no issues, I will post a video of it. For the timing, just follow along. And we will just pass resolved promise. Okay, just for this purpose. And then we have our result. So as soon as this is resolved, the then function is there, and we will print console.log response here. Okay, so now guess what do you think the output of this code will be? Take your time, pause this video. Okay, so here we have start, timeout, and then promise, and then end. And then according to the theory, the promises are there in the micro task queue, and the callback of timeout will be in callback queue. So priority is given to the promises here. Okay, so just check it out here. Start, end, priority is given to the resolve promise, and then 2 seconds. But you can now say that like it waits for 2 seconds, then its turn come. How can we know that it's actually in the micro task queue and priority is given to the promise? Okay, so just to prove that point, let's make it like some, for example, some long task is running here. Just simulate it. Okay, so I will simulate it using the for loop so that I can prove that point. Less than, let's take 10,000. Okay, and this is it, and we will just now see. So again we will just refresh it and look at that. 2 seconds have been passed, but due to the micro task queue, event loop picks the callback from the micro task queue first, and then it will pick callback of the timeout. So as we are looping around it, so it will first finish the callback of micro task queue, and look at that. So after 10,000 printing, then it will just call the callback of the timeout. So we will wait for 10,000. I guess I've chosen a really long, it's taking a long time. Okay, and see, as soon as it's finished micro task queue task, the event loop will pick callback from the callback queue first, and then our callback from the timer print here. So I hope I proved that point, and I just proved the theory, so that you can now actually see that I have not made that up, and it's actually happening in code itself. Okay, so this covers our lecture of event loop and how asynchronous JavaScript really works behind the scenes. So I hope you now have clear idea and have more confidence about writing the asynchronous JavaScript code. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. And why should you subscribe? Because in coming days I will post a lot of videos related to all the asynchronous JavaScript function and all that stuff, and according to the response I will also post a full course for JavaScript. For the next video I have thought about posting a video about promises. If you want something else, just post a comment here and I will make the video according to the comment. So thank you everyone, thank you for watching.